Archiver fans, get ready for a special season of the podcast. We're leaving Kansas for now to tell a story that covers some of the most tumultuous years in baseball, especially in Kansas City. But it's more than just a sports story. This is about power, greed, and corruption that went all the way to Congress. It's 1954, and one of the most venerable teams in all of baseball is in trouble. Serious trouble. The Philadelphia A's were there at the birth of the American League, successful on the field and at the box office for many years. By the 50s, the whole organization was in a supersonic tailspin. For half a century, the legendary Connie Mack owned and managed the team, but in 54, the old man was ailing. The team was losing, and there was infighting among his sons about what to do.
By 1954, other American League teams were becoming increasingly anxious about the status of the Athletics. Connie Mack had told the other owners, along with his sons Roy and Earl, that the Mack family could not afford to run the A's again in 1955. They simply didn't have the money to buy basic things such as uniforms for the team and to keep up the maintenance of Connie Mack Stadium. So they raised the prospect of selling the team.
The A's were on the block, and the hated New York Yankees smelled a deal.
It was no secret that this was an unholy alliance. Other club owners pointed this out in advance. It was written about in newspapers that this is not going to be a sale to an independent entity. This is going to be to someone who was essentially a cousin of the Yankees.
That Yankee power would exert itself in Kansas City through a series of ruthless deals that would enrich the Yankee ownership and their partner in this caper, Arnold Johnson, the Chicago millionaire who bought the franchise. Johnson and the Yankees had deep ties that Congress would eventually investigate. Archiver, the A's in Kansas City, tells the little-known story of the backroom business deals and one-sided trades that marked the team's early years in Kansas City. But even with all the intrigue and all the dealing, the A's would forever change KC's cowtown image.
Kansas City was the closest thing to a small town of any big town I ever saw. Kansas City had a different kind of spirit.
Johnson died unexpectedly in 1960. That killed the Yankee connection. But Kansas City was about to be introduced to one of the craziest owners in professional sports history, Charlie Finley. He brought KC Kelly green and gold uniforms, a mule, and promotions nobody had ever seen.
Western night, he'd have a stagecoach bring us in through the center field fence and drop us off at our positions.
But without the A's, there'd be no Chiefs, no Kemper Arena, and no Royals. I'll tell you the behind-the-scenes baseball and political stories you've never heard about a team better known for their white shoes than how they played in them. Look for the first episode of Archiver, the A's in Kansas City, very soon.